Hey y'all, hey Cancer. Welcome to the space. Welcome. We're still in the month of October. When was the last time we're still in the month of October. I think the last time I gave a reading it was in October. Sometimes I don't remember. But Cancer, you guys are last but not least out of the water signs for these readings. Pisces reading went a little bit longer than I was really wanting it to, but I feel like there's some things that, my ancestors really want some of y'all to know out there, and sometimes the readings just go a little bit, like a few more minutes over the time limit that I have set for myself. But anyway, we're going to go and see what is in store for you guys, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for this Scorpio new moon in the month of October. Happy October. Please check your moon and or rising placements for deeper resonance. Take what resonates, leave what does not. I am reading for both sidereal and Western astrological charts, so keep that in mind, okay? All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and see what you guys need to focus on. What is the overall forecast for you guys, and what you guys might be carrying with you during this new moon in Scorpio from the 21st, I believe, of October into all the way into November. Love to see it. We have Forager. This is a little mushroom in a basket. So you guys are looking for something. You guys are looking for something, but you're not just looking for it, you're studying it. Okay. Maybe you've already found what you need, or you found what you wanted, and now you're wanting to work a little bit closely with it, right? Could be a person, could be a career, could be a job. Could be testing your education in the real world, right? If you guys hear laughing and talking, I have my fiance in the other room. He's on the phone. He's a Sagittarius, so he can be loud. My apologies, but we're gonna let him do his thing. But anyway, let's go ahead and pull some cards for you guys, Cancer, for this Scorpio new moon and this forager, this foraging energy. You are out and about in nature. Some of you guys, maybe Cancer, you like foraging, you like plants. Maybe you enjoy going out and learning about plants, and that's like more literal. But I would say figuratively or metaphorically, maybe in your life you are foraging for something. You are definitely looking at the flowers in your life, looking at the things in your life that can potentially heal you, that can potentially help you along your journey. And those can be, those flowers and those plants could be in the form of people, opportunities, relationships, right? It's good to see. I like seeing that. Ooh. Oh, it's interesting. And you have a card that actually has the foraging symbol. I love seeing that. And then you have card 25, Great Horned Owl. It's the Great Horned Owl. I don't know if you guys can really see that. There he is, or there she is. Realizing an untamed intellect. So, realizing an untamed intellect. So there is something, Cancer, that you want to know. There are things out there that you want to understand. Or there is something that you have an understand, like you have an innate like feeling or movement inside of you that is telling you there's more out there. There's more knowledge, there's more understanding, there's more experiences out there. And you're starting to realize there is so much more out there that I could be experiencing. There is so much about a certain experience that you're already in that you are learning new things about. Now, intellect has a lot to do with education, studying. Okay, so once again, foraging, you're picking plants, you're observing the plants, and you may be picking them respectfully and taking them home. I'm just saying, like, literally, so you guys understand this energy that I'm talking about metaphorically. You are going out into the world, or you're in an experience or situation where you are picking, you are gathering in bits of information because you're like, there's so much to learn about this, right? There is so much to understand. There's so much to grasp and embrace. There's so many opportunities for me to take home with me and to maintain inside of me, right? That's amazing. That's awesome. Bottom of the deck, we have the coyote, and it's the campfire. And it says, admiring a close companion's candidness. So maybe you guys have animals, and maybe it's the animals that you guys can actually learn from. Like the animals are, some of you guys are having this deep download, like this major download for some of you Cancer under this Scorpio new moon, where it's actually showing you like, maybe you're studying mushrooms, maybe you're studying animals, and you're like understanding how they communicate on a certain level that is not loud. It's very spiritual, or it's very, you know, like maybe you're getting into quantum physics. I don't know. There's something where, or echolocation, there's something that you really feel like, oh, I want to read up on that. I want to understand this. I want to, maybe you want to understand the metaphysical. There can also be a person. You also have the number 7 really strong in your reading as well. Okay, so look that up for yourself. That might be a lucky number for you, or a very significant number. But admiring a close companion's candidness, you may have somebody who's really close to you that you live with, okay, or that you see on a day-to-day basis. And maybe there's something that you can learn of how natural they are and how naturally they exist. They're not looking for attention. They don't care about people's attention. You know, they're just in their own little world. They're in the zone, in their own little zone. And maybe there's something you can learn about that, Cancer, from someone. Maybe you're learning like, you know what? I don't need validation. I don't need people to like me. I don't need people to understand where I'm coming from or how I feel. I understand myself, right? I do the things that I want to do and that I love to do. I don't care if there's people who support me or not. That's actually really, that's good. I feel like you guys have grown in that. That's great. And the number 7 is also very, you know, that's very good as well, right? So this is a time of learning where to plant your seeds and where to find the right opportunities, right? Being patient, okay? You need to be patient at this time. This is not the time to, you know, try to force things to happen or force answers to be given. And it's not the time to, you know, to speed up communication either. We have Neptune, and we have the first house. So maybe you have Neptune in the first house. Check your first house, and you don't have to have Neptune there, but maybe your first house has a lot to do with this message. Because the first house has everything to do with what you want, how you move towards what you want, and your identity as a soul, as an individual, as a person. Like, who are you, Cancer? Who do you want to grow into? What is that going to take? This is a time where you're going to have to face something by yourself. If you want something, you have to face every single challenge by yourself. That is how you're going to blossom independently and really show who you truly are. Because when you have too many people involved in what you're trying to do and you're kind of using it as a, maybe some of you guys, you have a crutch a little bit, or you have for a while, and maybe you're going to have a challenge that's coming up that's going to show you, Cancer, this is what it is to shine. This is what it is to go after what you want. This is what it's like to not have to answer to anybody. So there is something here that might be clashing as well, where there's something that you want and you want it now. But in order to get what you want, Cancer, you may be faced with the energy of Neptune that is showing you where you're going to have to make a sacrifice. You may have rose-colored glasses on, Cancer. There is a lot to learn out there, Cancer. There is a lot of knowledge out there. Go after it. You may not like what you learn necessarily, or you may not like the truths that you come across, right? But you may have some type of idea of how something is supposed to be. But in order to get what you want with this first house energy, there is a sacrifice that needs to be made. And that sacrifice might be a relationship. You may have had in your mind, like, no, life is good, this is how it's supposed to be, but then you may have been faced with, no, this is not how it's going to be if you don't sacrifice A, B, C, or D. If you don't sacrifice your ego. If you're not willing to be wrong and to fail. So Cancer, you may have to look at yourself and look at your failures. Look at your failures. You have to cooperate with the process. You have to. You cannot just get what you want and there be no sacrifice. It's not how the spirit realm works. You have to give something up in order to truly get what you want. And again, that could be your ego, pride, a certain belief, your belief system, a religion. Again, it could be a relationship, could be a job. Maybe you need to sacrifice where you live and move someplace else. Okay. Maybe you need to sell some things that you've been holding on to. I don't know. Maybe you need to sacrifice eating a certain food or sacrifice some eating habits, right? Move through life. In order to move through life with ease, you first have to stop betraying who you are. Stop being someone other than who you truly are meant to be. Stop people pleasing if that's the case. Stop allowing people to anchor you down and not allow you to be free to truly be you. Maybe there's some of you, Cancer, you look at people who are a bit candid about life, or they're just, you know, maybe they don't really, you know, they're not so focused on what other people think. Maybe you start admiring people like that and you're just like, I wish I could be like that person. And you can. You just have to learn how to just be yourself. Who are you? Right? Are you sleeping? Some of you guys are not sleeping because, you know, you're realizing some things. You're realizing something that you need to leave behind. Consume what nourishes you. Consume what nourishes you. And if you are consuming social media that is actually blocking your mind from expanding, you're only looking to places, people, and things that are going to give you and tell you what you want. Going to make you feel good about yourself and always tell you that you're doing the right thing. You may need some people, you may need to, you know, look to some people in your life, Cancer, who's going to tell you, no, that's not okay. What you're doing is not okay. That is not how you're going to get to your success. You need to be practical about this. You may need to really spend some time with somebody or with a teacher or get some mentorship who's going to tell you, get rid of that. This is not what's going to help you towards your journey. I don't care how old you are, Cancer. It doesn't matter how old you are. You need to know the truth and embrace the truth. It's never too late to go after what you want. Doesn't matter how, I don't care if you're 50, 60, 70 years old. If there is someone telling you, hey, humble yourself, hey, sacrifice this, let go of that, stop eating this, right? Stop hanging out with this person. If you have a mentor, and if you don't have a mentor, start doing that work to start making those sacrifices. You can walk away. This flew out of my hand. Cancer, there's so much out there to learn. There's a big world out there. It's scary, but you don't really truly live if you're not willing to get scared, right? Can you really enjoy a roller coaster if you're not willing to, put yourself in a position to possibly throw up because it's just so much movement and it's scary, right? I don't, I don't really like roller coasters anymore like I used to when I was younger, but at least I experienced it, right? I had my thrills when it came to theme parks and stuff like that. Even though I'm like, I don't really like roller coasters that much anymore. But hey, you know, I had my experiences for years and it was fun, right? It's okay to just have your experiences sometimes, Cancer, and be like, that didn't really work out, but hmm, I did it. I did it, I failed, and I learned. Excuse me, right? That is so important, Cancer. So if you're kind of too scared to open your ears and open your mind and your heart to conversations that are going to tell you like, hey, you can't be doing that. Or, hey, this person is bad for you. Hey, do you want this? Well, this is what it's going to take to get there. This Cancer new moon, Cancer, is not playing with y'all. It's not playing with any of us, but it's definitely not playing with y'all. Take the rose-colored glasses off. Look to Neptune to understand what sacrifices you need to make. It may confuse you. It may make you feel like, how could this be happening to me? I thought I was doing the right thing. Well, you had rose-colored glasses on. And it's time to take those rose-colored glasses off and see, do you want to see with your real eyes or you want to see with the rose-colored glasses, the fake eyes? You want to live a lie or you want to live life? Truly. You are not, if you do get what you want immediately or get what you want when you want it and you haven't sacrificed anything, if you did sacrifice something, it wasn't something that was actually going to grow you. You may have sacrificed friendships and relationships that actually were there to grow you, but you didn't want to hear it, right? And maybe now you're opening your mind to it and you're just like, I need to talk to that person, or I need to go back to that mentor. I need to get a mentor. I need to take that class. Maybe go to church, maybe go talk to a minister, go talk to a priest or a priestess, go talk to a healer, go talk to somebody. It could be a family member, a friend, whatever. Your actions speak louder than your words, Cancer. Who are you? Where are you going? And how do you plan on getting there? Do you have a plan? That's the question. Create a plan for yourself. Take the rose-colored glasses off, y'all. I'm telling you. Let's pull a couple tarot cards, and then we're going to jump into the end of your reading where I pull, you guys, there we go. Yep, loud and clear. Where I pull a button or a pebble for you with a symbol on it. Loud and clear, Seven of Swords. Look at that. Futile. Futility. Whatever it is that you are trying to create, and the energy, if you're working with this first house energy and you're not willing to step into Neptune, for Neptune to show you, hey, you got these rose color, you got these weird glasses on, take them off. You want your dreams to come true? Take those glasses off. It's almost like I've said this so many times before. It's like taking a knife from a baby and they're just wailing and crying like you just took their freedom away. Like you just, you know, they're just suffering because they don't understand that what they're playing with is deadly. It's dangerous, right? Cancer, you may be the baby with the knife in Neptune or whatever's in your first house, or especially Saturn, okay? Saturn is also here. And Saturn could be telling you, hey, this is not the work that is going to get you the life that you want. And even if it kind of does get you close to the life that you want, or the life that you do want, it's not going to last. And it's going to fall hard. Save yourself the stress. Save yourself the tower moment. Okay? Save it. Some of you guys have somebody in your life that has lied to you and you just believe them. Don't believe a lie. Now, some of you Cancer, if you guys have a tendency to lie, just cut it out. You have the Nine of Swords. There's more swords, y'all. Your tongue. What you say. Is it true, Cancer? If somebody asks you, what do you want, Cancer? And you say what you want, is it true? Is that really what you want? If somebody asks you, does your relationship make you happy with this person? And you say yes, is that true? What is true? Do you really have good, like true relationships and people in your life who actually love you? Have you pushed them away, or are you still keeping your enemies close? You still believing what your enemies are telling you? Some of you guys don't realize that you have somebody very close to you who is your enemy, and they are lying to you, and they've been lying to you. They've been cruel to you. But they're selling this Nine of Cups energy. They're selling this happiness to you, but it's not real, y'all. It's not real, Cancer. It's not real. You want the real Nine of Cups, the real happiness? Step into Neptune's realm. Step into Saturn's realm. Stop believing in lies. Be careful who you listen to and what you consume, what you read, what you listen to, whatever. Right? Be careful. All right, let me pull you guys a button. For Cancer ancestors. Okay. Yeah, you guys are waiting on something. You have the hat, this card number 77. You have the magic hat. Okay, somebody may be playing some tricks on you, okay? But others of you, life is magical. Go out there and experience it, okay? Some of you guys, maybe tarot and divination may actually help you, right? Card, I mean, that's number 30. We also have, it says pop or soda, depending on where you're from. Card, if this is number, I keep saying card, but button number 11. So maybe you guys need to stop drinking soda, sugary foods, okay? But this can also cause like your stomach, cause bubbly things to happen in your stomach, and your stomach is attached to your emotions. So maybe there's some emotions that are kind of like bubbling up inside of you, Cancer, that need to come out. And maybe you're feeling emotionally trapped in something. And then you have the rose. This is love, okay? This is very beautiful to see. This is a gift of love, okay? But also a gift of beauty. Be careful who's giving you this rose, okay, Cancer? Be careful. Be careful. And then you have the stick shift. Shifting gears, right? It's time for you to get in your car. Maybe there are those of you who have a car that maybe it does have a gear shift. Okay, you have to drive stick. okay? Or you have some type of vehicle, but maybe you guys need to get your car fixed, or you guys need to leave. You guys need to leave a situation. Some of you guys may have some beautiful roses that you grow in a garden, but roses can definitely help you understand how to heal. So look at those symbolically as well, okay? Much love and light to all of you, Cancer. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.